Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again for another Wuthering Waves survey. And I heard this one has potential to be quite spicy due to the fact that Sigria, the first on-banner character of the version and the only new character released in this version, was apparently the lowest selling unit in Wuthering Waves history. And so I'm hoping to get questions regarding that. But as you all know, the surveys can be a little bit individualized. I think there's like 4 different versions or something like that. There are apparently like leaks in here as well that an intern accidentally put in. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead. Hopefully we'll get some of the more interesting questions, but if we don't, I'm gonna go look at some screen caps of what those interesting questions apparently were, and hopefully someone has those floating around. So without further ado, yeah, we got Yang Yang over here. Bro, she is yearning. Holy shit. How do they, bro, like we haven't seen her in like 2 fucking years. So like, dude, I don't know why she's the one that's still sending these. Anyways, let's go ahead. Let's get this one going. Let's get flashbanged and yeah, see what this one is all about. Alrighty, holy shit, I can't, bro, is there a way to like make this, the text like slightly bigger at the very least? Holy fuck. Holy shit, bro, it's like I have glasses on and this is hard to read. Anyways, be careful, Saint, there's a leak. What do you want me to do about it when they provided it, bro? Anyways, let's get this one started. Please let us know your age. Let's just put 30. All right, next. So far, how would you rate your overall experience in Wuthering Waves version 3.2? New content includes the main story, the segue, and Sword to the Beat and Sigria. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm gonna have to put very satisfied. I am not happy with how this version panned out. There's a lot of issues with it. We'll talk about them when things come up. I think putting very dissatisfied is going to I think it's going to lead to a lot. Yeah. All right, based on your experience in the current version, how satisfied are you with the following? World exploration. Bro, what do you mean? There was nothing new added. What world exploration? There was no addition to the world. What do you want me to say? We had like a mini story segment in like the After Dark, whatever. It was kind of neat, but like, bro, after you're done with it in like 30 minutes, it's gone. It's gone. If there was like an event to like re-explore it, like a combat event, like the Honami City one from 2.8, where you like go in and you clean up the remnants, maybe. No, it got all resolved in the quest. It all got resolved in the fucking quest. Like, that was actually a neat area, but like, bro, it's just gone. And that to me is a huge miss. There could have been a combat event in there. There could have been something that we could have done in there. Instead, it's just like a short 30-minute, 45-minute experience, and then it's gone, and then it's over with. It was just like a cinematic thing. You only get to experience once, and then you're moving on. Chisa's was better? Yes, 2.8, Honami City was better. I could go back to Honami City. I can go re-explore Honami City in the combat event. I could do all of that shit. The After Dark, all of this shit, nothing. There's nothing. It's gone. It's not a permanent zone. But I can tell there was effort put into it. But like, why is it just gone afterwards? Who knows? Music and sound effects. Nothing really stood out to me. No, nothing really stood out to me at all in this event. Like, I guess the only thing is that they added a couple of new enemies. Were the new enemies only available in the story quest? We haven't seen them again, have we? And like, the new enemies, like, they're in the current combat event. Oh, okay. The current combat event, Knights of the Wild, where you can't play it again. They are in the overworld? Oh, okay. I guess I don't know where. I don't know where. Yeah, the new enemies have interesting sound design, I guess. But, like, in terms of, like, music and stuff, bro, the only noteworthy track that I remember hearing in 3.2 was a song we've already heard before. Yes, the Fleet Snow Puff, whatever, right? We heard that a little bit. In the story quest, that was the only noteworthy thing I remember, unfortunately. Yeah, otherwise, it was just like, I think there was maybe one new soundtrack for the boss fight. That was okay. But it was kind of just like, bro, you can't fight that boss again. It doesn't like exist, blah, blah, blah. It's all like one-time stuff. So even if the songs were good, I'm gonna be honest over here. The fact that like it's all one-time things that you can't hear again, any of that shit, it's disappointing. Environment visuals. I actually thought the new area was very cool, and most of my disappointment stems from the fact that we just can't go there again. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter to me that much that it was done well. when it's a one-time thing, and even if you did like it, great, you're never gonna see that shit ever again. I think that's just rough. And then the story, this is my take on the story. 3.2 is clearly meant to be the main, like, the first part of the quest is what they're planning on focusing on over here. Bro, this was like some high school musical Disney Channel shit that was just like, it was possibly the most skippable story in the history of the game from the perspective of, like, bro, I don't care. I don't care because it just was Sigria being all like, I have all the talents, all of the skills, and like all of the knowledge, but the pressure is just so much, I can't perform. Brother, when I just experienced 3.1, where somebody, Sigrica's age, Amith, like, literally sacrificed herself to go, like, save the world, like, I don't care that there's this one, like, goofy redhead over here that's just, like, stressing over the fact that, like, they're stressing. That is the story, bro. She's just like, I just need to believe in myself. And then we just had this, like, Gundam pilot, right, that just straight up took the entire responsibility, the self-sacrifice, save their parent, all of that shit, and then Sigrica's over here just feeling sorry for herself the whole fucking time. Bro, I'm sorry. It's just, Sigrica's story should have happened before Amith's. And I think the fact is that Amith's story happening before Sigrica's just makes hers irrelevant. Like, bro, you don't care. Everything that occurs is literally just based off of Sigrica's lack of belief in herself. That's it. Like, the entire situation, the entire plot line is just Sigrica's doubts cause some problems, and then she overcomes them, and the problems are gone. It could have been a 1 hour story, if I'm frankly being honest. It dragged on. Sure, it had, like, all of, like, the, ooh, look, characters are interacting. I don't care when the overarching story is boring. Sigrica's patch could have been resolved by a 1 hour session with a counselor. That's so true. It's crazy, bro. Anyways, based on your recent experience, how satisfied are you with the following? Resonator building. Yeah? Like, building new characters and stuff like that, leveling them up, having the mats, all of that stuff, I'm just gonna put very satisfied every version, right? Because it's easy, it's simple. We got the new echo management, all of that shit. Yeah, I don't really, there's no problems with it for me, right? It's just building my characters is easy. Getting materials is easy. The events are very plentiful. You get all of, like, the stuff. Yeah, I'm a day one player, so I just have, like, a revolving inventory of level up mats and all of that. No, it's chill. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. It's not bad at all for me. Yeah, performance optimizations. I don't think Star Torch Academy is fixed yet. Like, bro, it's just, that area is still a fucking disaster, so it's always gonna be at the bottom. Yeah, and I guess the area in the new area was fine performance-wise, but that's because it's, like, instance. So I think this is just gonna be based off the fact that the new stuff, or sorry, the old stuff in Star Torch is just still not looking good. It's still bad. I still crash. Unreal Engine 4 has ran into an error, right? I still crash in Star Torch Academy. It is what it is. Combat. Have any of the enemies felt diseased? Blah, blah, blah. Have the, I'm gonna put neutral. I like End State Matrix. I think End State Matrix is well done, but Whimpering Waste has been, kind of shit. Yeah, Whimpering Waste has been kind of shit. Hivatia is, I don't think Hivatia is well designed. If you can't parry in the Hivatia fight, you just can't fight it. Which is, like, to me is... And the combat event is bad. I might have to put somewhat dissatisfied, actually. Yeah, End State Matrix is the reason why it's not very dissatisfied. Yeah. Hivatia's fun, but she has a fundamental design error where if you can't parry, you're fucked. And she locks out everything except basic attacks. Bro, I would Gion Liberation and not be able to do anything. Because Gion's Liberation is not coded as, like, one of his baseline attacks. And you can't swap your character either. And so I'm just sitting there, not able to do anything in that fight. Some characters are not playable in that fight. That to me seems like a terrible design issue. I just can't swap off. And so the tech is, oh, by the way, swap to another character in your team that can parry. Great, but, like, why can't you just let me use my character's basic attacks? I don't know. To me, it was like, there's too many restrictions in, like, her red mode. that just make it not well designed for me. It's fun though, but like it has too many design flaws. Resonator visuals. I mean, Sigria, her animations are kind of boring. What do you want me to say? Like, especially when compared to other characters, her animations are fucking boring. Especially newer release characters. So like, yeah, it's not at the point where I think they're steaming dog shit, but like it's a step down from everyone else we've had in the game. What do you want me to say, bro? Now, co-op experience. Are you fucking joking? Why do you even put this question in the survey? What do you mean? What co-op experience? Are you just rage baiting? They ask it every time, but it's not like you have a new co-op mode. Events and challenges, Sword of the Beat. I'm just gonna be real here. I'm Sword of the Beat? Bro, they managed to put some of the slowest and most boring songs in the game on there. When, like, you don't have the actual, like, fun, good, hype boss songs that would be nice in there. And I'm gonna be honest, the event kind of takes too long because you gotta play the normal, then the hard for each one. You gotta play the normal, then the hard. The collab songs are good, but I can't upload the video because they're copyright claimed. Knights of the Wild is shit too. Bro, Knights of the Wild is Banners Never Fall version 0.25. It's version 0.25. It's such a step back from Banners Never Fall. It's ridiculous. It's worse than the Honami City event. Bro, it's kind of just like, I don't even know what they were doing. Because they could have just copy-pasted old events and it would have been better. Instead, they, like, refined them in a way that made them all worse. I don't know, man. There's a reason why Wuthering Waves right now is at some of the lowest engagement it's ever been. You don't need to clear every piece of music to claim all the rewards. Hey, guess what, guys? That's for the time-limited rewards. Are you guys not factoring in that you do need to actually clear them on hard for all the rewards? You're talking about only the time-limited ones, you fucking retards. Wait, what? Is this question say time-limited events and challenges? No, it's talking about the whole fucking event. What are you guys even doing? There are standard rewards too to the event that require you to play them on hard. So to full clear the event and get all the rewards, you need to play every song twice. Or sorry, 6 of them on SS. Whatever. I don't fucking care, bro. 6 out of 10 of them. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? Okay, great. I was off by like 4 of them. That's because I haven't fucking played it yet because I don't want to. Yep. That's because I haven't played it yet because I don't want to. Great. 6 out of 10 of them. Oh, great. Great. You can skip 4. Great. Does that remove the fact that you need to play the previous songs to unlock the songs that you want to play? Bro, I want to do the False Sovereign song. I want to do the song for 3.1. I want to do those songs. Great. I gotta go do Day Anima from 1.3. The song... Bro, let me just play you Day Anima real fast. You gotta play the Guitar Hero shit on with this in the background. It's a good song, but is it a song that you want to play while you're in like a neon light space, like spaceship, having to like do all the keys and stuff? No, it's a song you listen to in the background. This isn't a song that you want to be like doing like fast button presses and shit to. I almost went to sleep, bro, because this is a good chill song. It ain't a song that you want to be like playing Beat Saber to. Would you play the Guitar Hero version of this song? No, bro. So yeah, the design of it, all the songs should just be available at the start. And they should all just be available at the start. You should be able to play the song you want to play. Why do you make me play the songs I don't want to play to go play the songs I do want to play? Wait, it's like, what? It doesn't seem like there's a reason for it. Anyways, UI design. I mean, it was like, nothing stood out to me, but nothing was garbage. What do you think about the amount of playable content of version 3.2? Bro, what are we even talking about here, bro? It's like the events in this update, they seem like they were going to be good. The events in this update seemed like they were going to be good, and then they ended up being so disappointing, it was crazy. Sure, we'll put limited content because they had a wide scope of events, but like half of them I didn't even want to do, and the only event that I was really looking forward to was Knights of the Wild, and then that shit was time gated, and B, so easy it was ridiculous. And it was so bad on day one that I just haven't touched it since. So bad on day one that I haven't touched it since, because the first level, you were done with it in like half a second. One, rotate the boss with trial characters, and then I just haven't wanted to touch it since because they felt like there was no reason to. It was just, the design of it was not conducive to a good playing experience. And there's a reason why activity in the game is at an all-time low. And there's a reason why nobody's making content on anything in the game right now. It's just, the game is dead at the moment. People are just waiting for the anniversary, and the content in this patch doesn't help that. And the fact that this patch is also 6 weeks long when it should be 5, with how little content there is, that doesn't help with that either. Man. How satisfied are you with Sword to the Beat? Oh boy, yeah. Oh, they're ready for this one. Overall satisfaction. Gameplay enjoyment. I mean, it's... the gameplay itself is not bad. Compatibility with the world of Wuthering Waves. I think that it has potential, but you put all the wrong fucking songs in there. And then you just made the process of playing it. Like, I just stopped playing it because I was like, wait, I'm gonna have to go do like all these songs I don't want to do to get to the songs I do want to. Just didn't bother with it. UI design. Like I said before, it was all right. Gameplay innovation. I mean, it's not like it didn't... Ooh, gameplay innovation. Bro, the boost would make you lose score because you would miss shit. The boost is so badly designed because it speeds stuff up, and then when the boost ends, you're gonna miss the key right after the boost. Like, it's just, bro, you would realize that on a single play test. You always miss the key right after a boost. And the boost is automatic. You can't control when the boost happens. Actually, no, I think you can control when the boost happens, but it's like, sometimes you just don't want to use it. You just don't want to use it. Input and feedback. I'm putting very dissatisfied because of the boost. Wait, you can't control the boost? Oh, it's not controllable? Oh, fuck. Okay, that's very dissatisfied. That I thought you could. So it's automatic, and then you just get griefed at the end of it. And then challenge difficulty. I'll just put neutral for that one. I'm sure some people thought it was really fucking hard. I got like everything SS on the first try, and it was just like, it made me feel like I was capable, so I guess that's good for a gacha player, right? Yeah, I mean, it's meant to be easy right? So I think they did a decent job with it, but it wasn't. There's a reason why I wasn't super satisfied. There's a reason why I still haven't completed it. All right. Why is Sword of the Beat not sad? Oh my fucking god, bro. Oh, lordy Jesus. What is this? Bro, there's no way anyone else got this, right? Maybe there's a secret 5th survey out there. This is insane. Track rotating, sure. Unexpected acceleration disrupted the tempo, sure. Challenges were too easy. I think it was fine. Colors were too bright or confusing and overstimulated my eyes. I don't have a disability, so that was not happening. Lack of instructions or prompts. There were too many instructions or prompts. Wide turns made it difficult to quickly discern the... no. The tempo of the notes, I think they did match. Some buttons had multiple functions. No, I think it was fine. I didn't like the UI. I think it was fine. I didn't like the BGM, voice acting, or sound effects. Bro, they selected the wrong fucking songs. They selected the wrong songs. It took too long to obtain all limited time rewards. Very true. Too many buttons involved. Nah. Weak haptic feedback. Oh, great. They have questions specifically for controller players. Wow, it's just, wow, it just seems we're addressing the second-class citizens today. Each stage lasted too long. I think it's a matter of like, bro, it's like a solid 1 or 2 hour event to get the rewards because there were too many. There were like too many. There should have been a wide selection of songs, and then you only have to do a couple of them for all the rewards. You know what I mean? A wide selection of songs, and then you only have to do a couple of them. So you only play the songs that you want to, and then you can go explore the rest of them later. But no, you're forced to do all of them in fucking order. Nah, I don't like that. Overly detailed instructions or prompts? Bro, the prompts would show up in the tutorial levels, and the prompts would block the track where the notes are coming down. The prompts would block the fucking track where the notes are coming down. It pissed me off, bro. I was legitimately mad. Some buttons look too similar. Yes. When a note was successfully hit and not judged, yeah, that means you're trash. I simply don't like music games. I actually do like them. Some buttons look too familiar. Maybe if you're colorblind. I don't like the tracks in this event. Yes. The spaceship felt incongruous. It was an arcade game. If this is your thought, you're great. You're a fucking zoomer who'd never been to an arcade. The gameplay felt too similar. Nope. Input sometimes experience lagging. Nope. Go get better internet. Character skills didn't play a significant role. Some character skills piss me off. So, no, they did play a significant role in pissing me off. So, nah, we're not going to select that one. Some buttons look too familiar. No, left and right? Yeah, but... Bro, are they just fishing to see how many parts of the player base are disabled? What do you mean the left and right buttons look similar? That's... Left and right buttons looked almost this... Look, we found one. Hey, we found one, guys. Right here. There you go. Hey, Kuro Games. Hey, go reach out to this guy. See how you can make the fucking game ADA accessible, bro. Anyways, overall gameplay felt repetitive and monotonous. Yep. Because you put in a bunch of songs like Day fucking Adam. Are you serious? Bro, how am I supposed to play Beat Saber to this shit? How are you supposed to go on the spaceship ride and press all these buttons and go on triangles and rotate to that song? Why do you think the most common comment is, I almost fell asleep during that one? It's a good song. It did not belong in this event. It took too long to obtain the asteroids, true. Notes appeared right after full speed mode ended. Wow. Bro, that should have been realized during the playtesting of this thing, because I think every player on the planet missed a note after the full speed. Yeah, okay. That should be enough. Why is Sword of the Beat satisfactory? I agree it felt refreshing. I think it's a good event. I think it's a good event idea. It's just the execution was rather poor. How satisfied are you with Lehigh Roy blocks? I'm gonna be honest. I forgot this event. I didn't play it. Yeah, I forgot this one. Yeah, I haven't experienced it yet. Yeah, no, I forgot this one. Yeah, hey, just get me out of here. How satisfied are you with Fuel Instrumentality Project? Okay, this one is just... It's just a goofy-ass minigame, bro. Why is Speed Up Fuel Instrumentality Project not satisfactory? It's just a goofy... low-spec... arcade game that gives easy rewards but is not memorable or adds much to the update. It's kind of neat, but it makes me question what was deprioritized from the patch to put this in. It's got 2 buttons. What was the opportunity cost? Sorry, it's got 3. Great. It's for HSR players. Awesome. I see they're trying to gather a wider audience. This is the question. With all the budget and the assets and the resources you spent to make this, could we have made something else instead? Because it was just mild, right? It wasn't necessarily something that takes away from the game, but it makes me wonder, well, what wasn't added to the game to put this in? Where are my co-op holograms? Imagine if we had, like, arcade fighters, right? Co-op holograms, and then everyone gets a special arcade ability. And then it's co-op because you're in the arcade. That could have been an amazing platform, right, for co-op holograms. But instead, we get shit like Lehigh Roy blocks and this fucking shit. In the arcade with special power-ups for the units. You know what I mean? How satisfied... Fuck this event. Fuck this event. So I fucking hate this event. Knights of the Wild. Oh boy. Why is Knights of the Wild not satisfactory? This is a worse version of Banners Never Fall, the permanent game mode in Septimont. That was amazing. You cannot replay any of the instances. The trial characters make almost no sense since their banners were over. And this event seems designed to have been in the first half of the update. The stages vary in difficulty so much it doesn't make sense. The fights have no real new mechanics, and it's time gated in the second half where there was legitimately nothing to do. This was the only event. This was the main event I was looking forward to in the update, and it is the worst combat event in the game's history. A huge step backwards from anything we've had in the past. What is it? 3 versions? Yeah, in the past. Yeah, like 2 versions. Yeah, actually, no, 3. 2.8, 3.0, 3.1. Yeah, no, I hate this thing. How satisfied are you with Gifts of the Soul Sword? Bro, this is the login event. Like, I guess the main thing is that, like, what do you mean? Why are you asking me about the login event? Why is... I don't know. Put the Radiant Tides up front in the first... Closer to the start. I don't fucking... Closer to the first... like, closer to the first 3 days instead of later in the 7th? Like, bro, like, what do you mean? Like, why are you even asking me about this? It's a login event with 1 button. What? How satisfied are you with Fantasies of the Thousand Gateways? I don't dislike it. It's like it's fun. It's fun every once in a while. Like it's not something that like I am crazy looking forward to, but it's something where I'm just like, oh yeah, great. I get 2 free claims. And then I get to go blow shit up. It's fine to play every week. Yeah, I mean, it's not something that... I'll just put overall satisfied. I'm cool with it. Is that it? Was that my survey? It's just me shitting on every single event in this patch. Based on your experience. Okay, all right. I guess that's my version. They gave me the one where I took a dookie on all the events. All right. Based on your experience in the game so far, do you have any additional feedback or suggestions? The events... Oh my god, Earthquake again. Bro, Captain Cabinets has apparently made her way to the United States, ladies and gentlemen. That is unfortunate. The events in this update appeared to be very fun and... like, very fun in the version live stream, but I've never felt this baited and outsmarted by the devs before. It seems like everything was a lie in terms of how fun things would be. Knights of the Wild was advertised as Banners Never Fall 2.0, but it feels like 0.2. Feels like 0.5. Probably lower, to be honest. Sword to the Beat has some of the worst progression I've ever seen and should have had way better songs with no need to complete songs in order to access the songs you want. And the goofy minigames were all right, but when there's nothing really else to do in the patch, in the first half, the patch felt incredibly lacking past the story. And the story was so geared towards 15-year-old high school girls that a majority of the player base probably did not care at all about it. And that's why Sigria is the lowest revenue banner in the history of the game. It felt like this patch was made for a dev's teenage daughter. Can you make it for the actual players of the game? That's what it feels like. How am I supposed to take a girl whose main issue is not believing in herself, and she completely terrorizes a Sonarosphere based off of that after seeing the incredible sacrifices Imith made in 3.1? You even do callbacks to Imith's songs so that it makes Sigria look even more ridiculous in comparison. Ibeth is also the person who saves us. The quest with a goddamn CD. The quest could have been shorter with more actual combat events like a co-op hologram fight in the arcade. Oh god, no, that's really fucking up now. The second half of the update is also some dog shit. I can't probably put that in there. Is also some absolute trash. Bro, it is actually illegible right now. I can't even like, bro, this shit is going crazy at the moment. Yeah, the second half of this update is also some absolute trash. Time-gated combat with a 1 hour, 30-minute story and a delayed Hiyuki event that doesn't even look like it's anything beyond lore dumps. Plus, this half is 3 weeks long when it should easily be 2 with how nothing is in it. Bro, yeah, no, I think that'll be it. I think I put out all the concerns in this update. I think that should be it. Submitted successfully. All right, cool. So that's my overall feelings on this patch. I think that there's a lot of missed potential. I think that this shit should have been 5 weeks long. I think the second half is one of the most disastrous second halves I've ever fucking seen in like the history of gacha, where 1 hour, 30-minute story followed by, I mean, 2.7 was worse, actually. Nah, 2.7 second half was worse. Nah, I'm probably speaking. Yeah, no, 2.7 second half was worse because they didn't even have any events in the second half. But like, bro, Knights of the Wild is some crazy shit that like, it's so bad I don't want to play it. It's so much worse than Banners Never Fall, I don't want to play it. And if we never had Banners Never Fall, Knights of the Wild would be better. But the fact that they basically took the blueprint of one of the best combat events in the game and just bastardized it is one of the biggest issues, bro. It's like, it's kind of like how when there's like a knockoff or an imitation that's super low quality, you probably would play it if the original didn't exist. But because the original exists, you can't play the shitty version, right? It's kind of like why nobody pays money in Arknight's Enfield, because they look at the shitty gacha in there and they're just like, wow, this gacha is just worse than everything else. What is this garbage? That's just like the vibe that you end up getting, right? So this update just, bro, how many more days do we have left? Bro, there's 2 weeks left. Bro, there's 2 weeks left. This should be saying 6 days, 21 hours. This should be saying 6 days, 21 hours. Instead, there's 2 weeks left, bro. There's 2 fucking weeks left, and it is just the most, bro, like this event, so shit, it's unbelievable. Knights of the Wild, bro, so shit, it's unbelievable. And then like, sure, you got the story, but then it's an hour, 30 minutes. It's like, okay, great. Like this part, you could just consider it fucking story as well, because they made you complete fucking half of it, and it's also permanent, so you can just do it whenever you want. This event is just like goofy, right? And it's just like, this event, bro, it takes so long. I don't know, it's just a bunch of mini games in the first half, then shitty combat event that's time gated in the second half. It feels like legitimately the most filler of fillery patches, even though I know it's supposed to have a main story, but the main story was so irrelevant, bro. It's just like a girl whose self-doubt consumes her, and then we help her work through it like a fucking therapist. Great. And it is what it is. Those are just my personal thoughts on 3.2. Obviously, I think Kuro themselves know that this patch has been not that great. And I think something that they could really do to spice up the anniversary is just say, yeah, this patch is shit. We're just going to pull up the anniversary patch by a week. And that would be a huge W, right? I think Kuro themselves knows that this patch is low revenue, that this patch isn't really doing that well. It's kind of obvious, I think, to anyone that has like above a room temperature IQ. And I guess, let me just think over here. Like, I think the last thing that we'll do is just check on this. Does anyone have some of the questions, the other questions that they showed in the survey? Does anyone have any of the other questions that they showed in the survey, like talking about like certain things, blah, 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 all of that stuff? Let me see over here. What do we got? Yeah, maybe we got some of the Sigria questions. Why do people keep linking this like anyone gives a fuck? Great! They have a new UI that's a different color. Who cares? Who cares? Wow, it's slightly gray. What other commentary can you make on this? Genuinely, where do you want this discussion to go from here? It's gray. Are you happy? It's on the screen. Like, you just keep fucking spamming this shit, bro. Like, what discussion is there to be had on this? Genuinely. Where does the conversation go from here? Oh, there's new echo sets in 3.3. Whoa, there's new echo sets for the new characters? Holy moly. Anyways, yes, there was, like I mentioned before, there was a leak over here, and the only real fucking thing that they show is a different color in the UI and the fact that there's going to be new Sonata sets in the anniversary version of the game where 2 new characters are coming out. Great. We don't know what any of the fucking sets will do other than they're just made for the new characters. Great. This one's gonna be Glacio Chafe because we know Hiyuki's Glacio Chafe. Yes, I was asking for questions about Sigria and you sent me this shit instead. Awesome, guys. Amazing. Anyways. The main summary that we'll make about this one is that, yes, ladies and gentlemen, somebody over at the Kuro intern office messed up and showed that there's going to be a new UI and apparently some new sets added in 3.3. Damn, who could have thought that Hiyuki, the confirmed Glacio Chafe character, is probably going to get a Glacio Chafe Sonata set. And then there's going to be this other Sonata over here with like a pink heart or something. Maybe it's for like a healer that's coming out in the future. All we know is that Kuro is willing to wait up to 2 fucking patches, right? Up to 2 goddamn patches. They'll release sets early because Denya set Chromatic Foam came out in 3.1 and she's coming out in the second half of 3.3. So this could be a set for just a new unit that's coming out in like, I don't know, 80 fucking days from now, 90 days from now, to be honest, because that's how long we had to wait for Chromatic Foam to get a user. 80 plus days, which is a pretty long time, but they've already gone ahead and made that establishment over here. So that's the one little thing that they showed. Obviously, we can't make any real judgments on it right now because we don't know the kits of the characters, but we're going to be finding that out in a couple of days. But yeah, that's the situation over here, ladies and gentlemen. Bit of a fuck up from Kuro on this end, but like I said before, we don't have enough information to actually know anything. So that's going to be that one. But yeah, that's the last thing that we have for the survey season over here. Honestly, kind of just like, I don't even think Kuro needed this survey. Oh, one last thing. The convene question. Why didn't you pull Sigria? You probably only get this question or this version of the question if you didn't pull her. I did pull her naturally, right? Whew. Yeah, they know she didn't sell. Yeah, I don't know if there are very many characters that even get this question. Yeah, why didn't you pull for her? Whew. Well, there's a lot of reasons over here, so yeah, there's a lot of reasons over here. She's meta-wise extremely strong, but yeah, story significance, I don't think anyone cares about her. Story relevance, I don't think anyone cares about her. Story impact, her story was literally a 15-year-old high school like girl like struggling with shit story. Nobody really cares. And she relies on Chu Yan. So it's kind of just like a recipe for failure, at least in terms of the general gacha audience. I think she's a good add to your account, but is anyone really surprised that like she wasn't that popular? I think it was kind of obvious from the get-go that she wasn't really going to be the unit for most people. So yeah, maybe Kuro's going to avoid stuff like this in the future. I don't think they expected her to do this badly, but like I said before, when you follow up on a character like Imith with a character like this one, my general opinion is that Sigria should have came first and then Imith should have came afterwards. And that probably would have helped out a lot in terms of like story significance or pacing. It's kind of like you would build up to like a crazy bombshell sacrifice unit, but then you did like the crazy unit like Imith over here and then released like this. Bro, she looks like a fucking milkmaid farmer, bro. That like Royan runes and like, ooh, she like communes with like fat plushy creatures. Like, bro, she like summons Captain Cabinets every time you use her forte. It's like great. Like I don't think most people wanted to pull that. It is what it is. So yeah, let me know what you all thought about this situation, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.